Alright, what is going on, guys? SpitefulHopes back again, coming at you with the news. Now, I would have brought this... I would have made this news video a lot earlier, and I apologize if I sound frustrated. It's actually not towards this Transcendence function. I'm actually going through a ton of content ID claims, which is incredibly frustrating. I use the original game soundtrack, and I've been using it for literally the last like 2 years, ever since I like played the games, bought the soundtracks personally on CD. And yeah, so these cover artists, they have content ID from their networks, and they literally copyright claim anybody, even if they're using the original songs. So I mean, it's really sketchy, and it's really annoying because it's like guilty before, like, it's guilty without a human actually looking at it, right? Like, it's kind of annoying. I understand if it was like just like me playing the song and then like that was the video, but I don't know. And it's really fucking annoying because, as you can see here, if I dispute it, they don't have to respond for an entire month. So I'm doing that with like maybe 20-30 videos, which is fucking frustrating as fuck. And it's not just all this guy, it's like there's several other crap, which is really annoying. But like, Life Will Change is one of the most famous songs of Persona 5. So like, having that being copyright claimed, literally all my fucking Persona, like it's just, it's really frustrating. It's really tiring, and like, it seems like the YouTubers, they seem nice about it. Like, I know that it's content ID, but at the same time, it's like, now I have to hold on to like making my videos live. Like, this vlog is from like fucking January, so like I just finished editing it like a couple days ago, uploaded it, and already content ID claimed before I even made it live. So it's really frustrating, and it sucks that they're gonna be they steal, and not even just these guys, but like a bunch of guys literally steal. Like, they could literally be stealing all the money that my videos make for an entire month, like without even responding to me. You know, like, I don't know, that's sketchy as fuck. So I apologize for my frustration. That's literally what I'm going through. I've been dealing with it for about 5 hours, which is time I could have made on a video, time I could be dealing with like my actual house stuff. Like, you know, like, it's just frustrating as hell. So I apologize in advance. I know I've been rambling for quite some time, but yeah. So let's just get into the news. The news is actually, it's pretty hype. There's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad, there's a lot of in between. So going over it, as you can see here, we will be getting an auto select function, as you can see down here as well. Total 5,121. Let me see if I can like zoom in. The reason that this is important is because what this specifically means is that if you sell 5-star characters, I don't know if it counts if you sell 4-star characters as well, but you'll be able to get Transcendent material to actually use towards the 6th slot. One thing to note is, if you can actually use 4-star units, they're probably gonna make it so that it's not really, it's not really as valued as a 5-star. Of course, you can farm a 4-star material. You get a lot of cons from Senkaimon, so just keep that in mind. It's not like the end of the world. You don't need to sell a bunch of 5-star dupes. You can most likely sell 4 stars. I don't know if you're gonna be able to sell raid material, but that's for later date. You also get your coins, and you have the auto select function, which as you can see here, they didn't select 6 stars, so that probably means that they can actually select only 3 stars, only 4 stars, only 5 stars, whatever you want to sell in particular. Next, we are going to be going over the Transcendent news, and this, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this buff is way too strong. And there's a lot of positives, a lot of negatives, and I'll be going over my full opinion and stuff after. So, requirements for Transcendence: needs to be 6-star. Doesn't say anything about level 150, doesn't say anything about the soul tree. Literally just says needs to be 6-star. Resurrected and non-resurrected are fine. They can all do Transcendence. How do I power up my character? Transcendence is based on your special move level. 1 Transcendence slot is unlocked at every special move level, meaning that you do not need any dupes whatsoever to at least have 1 slot. You can look at the slots on the character details screen. So yeah, pretty much if you have a level 4 special move, 3 duplicates on top of your original, you will have 4 slots. If you only have the original character, you at least get 1 slot. you actually get to choose the first 5 slots. However, the last slot is random. As you can see here, you can put boosts into these slots. There are 5 basic stat boosts and 1 extra stat boost. The extra stat boost... Okay, here we go. Once unlocked, you can assign one of the 5 basic character stats. You can only have 1 stat per thing, so like the first slot is always going to most likely going to always be your damage. If you're using a normal attack damage character, you're gonna like build up their attack. If you're using an SP character, you're gonna be building up their spiritual pressure. You cannot set the same stat in multiple slots. So if you're going with a build that you know you're not gonna be taking damage in, because we don't know the harder, quote unquote, harder content that's coming, they did specifically say that no content in this game that is currently out will become harder. And the reason that's important is a lot of people are scared of epic raids no longer being free-to-play friendly or whatever. Like, epic raids is already not really free-to-play friendly. Like, there are characters that you could use to like mitigate stuff, but at the end of the day, if you don't have like 4 or 5 characters with boost, like, unless everyone knows the run, you're gonna be having a tough time dealing damage, finishing the boss, especially if you're playing with people that are not very good. I mean, the thing is, I feel like with this Transcendence boost, and the boosts are significant, which, let me see if I could find... Here we go. The boosts are absolutely astronomically OP. As you can see here, your stamina goes up by... Your base stamina goes up by 1,000, attack and spiritual pressure by 500, defense 300, and focus 1,000. Keep in mind that 1,000 focus is 100% critical rate. It's actually percentage based. So if you have like 305, if you have 305 focus, you have a 30.5% chance to critical. So always having a 20% damage boost because of a critical is, in my opinion, pretty disgusting. Pretty disgusting. So if you're pretty much like committed to dealing damage, a character like Mugetsu, you're gonna want to go with spiritual pressure, then attack, then focus, and then after that, you go with and then after that you go for the 100% crit rate after you unlock your crazy massive spiritual pressure boost and attack boost. Let's see. Okay, here. As you can see here, this Aizen with a special move of level 1. He has 1 Transcendence boost. This will go towards his SP. If he is level 200, I believe he has, like, well, let's just say for the argument, he has 770 spiritual pressure base, spiritual pressure at level 200, with no link slots, no accessories, right? That's his base spiritual pressure. If you use the Transcendence slot, that will go up to 1270 base spiritual pressure. The reason that that's important is because your accessories are actually going to apply to this new base stat that you're actually acquiring. As you can see here, basic stats can go up to level 10, requires Transcendence scrolls, Hogyokus, Hogyoku wills, and coins, and are required to power basic stats. I need to cough real quick. Give me a second. Ugh, I should have brought a drink. Alright, Transcendence scrolls can be mainly acquired from Epic Raid Medal exchanges and Chronicle Quest exchanges, and come in 3 different types: Essence scrolls, Attribute scrolls, and Affiliation scrolls. Now, keep in mind that they specifically said that the Chronicle Quests will have the majority of the smaller value scrolls, which are used for the lower level stat boost slots. So guys, grind out your Chronicle Quests as soon as possible. That way you can start farming up the currency and start farming epic raids for the currency, so that you can buy the bigger scrolls for the higher level of the basic stat slots, which they specifically said will be more available in epic raids. So epic raids, the bigger bonuses, Chronicle Quests, the smaller bonuses. I'm sure that they'll have like ways to get both from both sides, but just to be on the safe side, make sure that you farm up the materials. That way your characters can be as buff as possible, as early as possible. Just keep that in mind. We do not know if this is going to be time locked in a way. Back in the day, Hogyoku wills were incredibly hard to come by. Hogyokus were hard to come by, and coins are kind of overabundant right now. Yeah, so there's that. Now, I'm trying to think if I'm missing something, because I don't want to miss anything. Yeah, so I do not know if there's going to be a limited amount of scrolls that we can actually buy, or if you can just buy an infinite amount. Right now in the Epic Raid Shop, there's a very finite amount of link slot potions you can buy. There's a finite amount of little what are they called, like the spirits that you can buy as well. So this is most likely going to be limited very, very heavily. And one thing to note is you're going to want to work on one character, and most likely one or two characters alone, since you can only really farm up since you can only damn dude, it's really hard to let me see if I can go to like the scrolls. So as you can see here, latent ability slot settings, select a basic stat boost to set in this slot. Now perfect, okay. So if you want to work on two particular characters, your best bet is to work on a spiritual pressure unit and a attack unit, like simultaneously. The reason being is the spiritual pressure resources and the attack resources are most likely going to be sold individually. So just like link slot potions in epic raids, where you can only buy, like, say, for the sake of the argument, 80 red link slot potions, you can only use those on red characters. The speed link slot potions you can only use on speed characters. So just like that, you're going to want to maybe work on a spiritual pressure unit and an attack unit. So that's one thing that you want to keep in mind of. So for example, if I want to work on two characters but I can only unlock one slot on each one, it's probably best if I don't work on two SP units. So I'm probably going to work on Mugetsu for SP, and then I'll probably work on Unohana for attack, because she's still pretty busted in PvE. As we already went over the extra stat boost bonuses, we do have a screenshot of Mugetsu. So get this. This is a fully duped out Mugetsu. And as you can see here, 10, 10, 10 across the board. And then on top of all that, he also has the extra stat boost as 3-star. Here's the fun part. No, actually, this is the worst part. The Transcendence function for the last slot is complete RNG. If you feed it the Transcendence points, you can re-roll it. You have a 1 in 15 chance to get you have a 1 in 15 chance to actually get one of these rolls. So for example, should you get a 2-star focus roll, you're getting an extra 500 SP, you're getting an extra 500 focus, which is completely unnecessary because, as I said, this one focus at level 10 is already going to give you your 1000 focus. You actually don't even need to level this up to level 10 because it's completely superfluous. There's no need to critical 130% when 100% is just fine. So you probably won't have to waste resources on this. We'll see exactly what happens, because it is very possible that they could just scale down, like they could just scale focus so that it's still not 100%. I know a lot of games where they will just scale it, and the more you get, the more diminishing returns you get. Then we also have a unit without dupes, and as you can see here, he simply just worked on his attack value. So he just has really high attack, but he doesn't have like the 2000 base stamina. He just has 1000, and then you also have his defense, which is not 656. It's only like 350. So that's pretty much a unit without dupes, and then this is the unit with dupes. This was pretty much my face when I saw that Mugetsu, and then this was my face when I realized that I have a. This was my face when I realized that I have a 3 out of 5 Mugetsu, and I should probably wail for more. So yeah, so there's that. That's pretty much all I have to really say about that. Okay, there we go. We do have the attribute slots. So for example, in the shops and stuff like that, right now you can only buy like certain amount of link slot potions for each type. So you're most likely only going to be able to buy, like, say, for the sake of the argument, we don't know the exact amount that you need. They did show this screenshot where it shows that you need 3, right, to level it up, or you need 16 to level it up. I'm not quite sure, like I said. It's kind of... I wish that this was a video and not just screenshots. But as you can see here, like, you have spiritual pressure, attack, defense, stamina, focus. So you're going to want to buy the spiritual pressure and attack first. Right now, all the content, they specifically said we're not getting harder. The content that we currently have is not becoming harder. This is most likely going to be like end game content. Just like we have epic raids where you usually want characters with link slots, you're going to want the end game content to have your attributes. You're going to want to have like a figurehead slash staple slash a character that really defines you. So I'm pretty sure like there's a lot of people that are going to be doing like other things. Like Cool says he's going to be doing Lost Agent Soy Fun. I'm personally going to be doing Mugetsu. There's going to be people doing Sun Sun. There's going to be doing there's going to be people doing Dangai Ichigo. There's going to be people doing Full Hollow Ichigo. So like it's pretty cool to see the exact like it's pretty cool seeing characters that people are going to be working on. Let me know in the comments below who you're going to be working on first. Not necessarily who you have 5 out of 5. They specifically said that this is going to take a long time to actually roll out and have people having these quote-unquote 6 slot 10 level 10 characters. One thing to note, PvP has always been a garbage shit show. Let's be real here. PvP has always been trash. In terms of scaling, we've had Fullbring Ichigo dominating the meta. We've had Broken dominating the meta. We've had Unohana dominating the meta for like 2 years. And even though she did get like answers against her, like Chad Yamamoto, like Yamamoto came out like 2 months after her, so it wasn't really too bad. Like he was able to handle her quite a bit. But Noitora, him having his barrier, on top of that, being able to nullify status ailments while dealing his own, in my opinion, I don't see how Klab's going to balance that out in any way, shape, or form. Especially with this. If you have like a Noitora with like attack and stamina, like that dude's not dying. Like he's just not. And yeah, so that's pretty much the content ID stuff is like the stuff I'm going through. So like I said, I apologize if I sound frustrated. I'm dealing with that. So one thing to note, and I want to go over what Matthew said, and I'm gonna let him speak because I think he will say it better. They are giving. Okay, we're just gonna listen to the audio, and then I will break it down.
He also mentioned that
Let me do this.
from next month we're gonna revamp the event system. So there's gonna be a lot of changes in all the events that we have. And there will be an event that will give you, like, you'll be able to drop a 5-star guaranteed summon tickets. So,
and more 5 stars.
So there'll be more ways to get 5 stars. As in, there'll also be more ways to get dupes, and if you get a dupe.
Okay, so what he said here specifically, he says that there will be an event next month. I don't know if it's gonna be the standard, but they specifically said an event that will actually drop 5-star tickets. Now, I don't know if they're going to drop anywhere near the amount of times as like a Brave Soul ticket. Right now, Brave Soul tickets still are pretty scarce. Like, they do drop, but it's so rare that it's not worth relying on the drop rate. Now, with 5-star tickets, I'm assuming they're going to be even rarer. Even more rare. And yeah, I mean, that's just one thing to note. And he also goes over one more thing that I want him to say, and it's 4105. Apologize for all the clicks.
More details now, but what I was allowed to tell you, and that's what Oi-chan said in the Japanese stream yesterday, is that right now we have events that drops like 4 5-star tickets, Brave Soul tickets. There will be an event that will let you give you the possibility to drop a 5-star guaranteed summon tickets. As in, so we're gonna put more 5-star in the economy as well, easier way to get 5 stars. So this is all we can say at this point. So as we've done before, I understand that there's a lot, and we see, I see these comments every day on Reddit. Yes, we check Reddit, we check what the community is thinking. Reddit is not the only place where all the players are talking, but it is an important part. So yes, we check Reddit every day. We check our social media comments, we check the customer support tickets, everything. So you can express, and we already see it, and the dev team is already seeing all your concern. You can see it in all this channel. We also see Reddit. We see YouTube, a lot of YouTubers, what they're saying, the comments on those YouTube videos, so we're monitoring what you guys are saying. All I'm saying, and I've been playing the game since the beginning of the Japanese version, is give us time. There's been a lot of commotion every time we added something. I don't think that we've broken the game so far. Give us a chance. If at the end of the day we release this and some of you think it's broken and like you want to quit, I'll be really sad, but I'll say thank you for playing the game so far, and sorry you felt that way, and hopefully you'll come back to us one day. But again, just like as any new feature in the game, let's wait until it's in the game. see how it goes, see the time it takes to actually get the resources, the time it gets to actually get one slot to the max level, let alone multiple characters. Yeah, just give us the benefit of the doubt. Or not, but at least there was a lot of info that was not in the slide, that was just in Japanese, so I wanted that you have the same info in English. And then again, there'll be like more news in game as we get closer to this.
It's all like to keep the game fresh, to add new elements all the time.
Options.
I got a lot of dupes. I'm kind of looking forward to not all the dupes I have. I don't want to max all the characters I have that are level 4 or 5. But
okay, and then they talk about more dupes. So one thing to note is what is good is they're pretty much on it, right? Like they know what they want to do. Like they have a plan. Keep in mind that this is a gacha game. Gacha games usually, like the companies do have like a 1-year plan or something like that. They've been already dropping like a lot more rate up banners. Like they have a 5% banner coming up. They have 6% banners for mid-months now. I don't know what they're going to do for end of the month. I would personally like to see like an 8%. Like just do this regular double chance with 9 characters and then just add the 2% that you did for anniversary. I think that'd be a good way to just get the community to like be like, okay, it's like, all right, let me summon on this banner because like it's a high chance of me actually getting a character. But one thing to note, and the one thing that is a little iffy for me, is what we're gonna do with the time. Well, what they're gonna do, excuse me, because we have no say in this, no real like say in it, but what they're gonna do with time limited banners. Because what I'm seeing right now is a lot of these characters that are coming out are incredible, like absolutely incredible. A character like for example, my Koga that I just pulled. I randomly did a YOLO single because I was bored, didn't really have anything to do, didn't feel like doing it, didn't feel like grinding, so I did a single. I pulled a duplicate you know what, let me do another single. I did another single, nothing, did another single, got another Neliel, and those characters, for Koga, he's going to be insane because I'm going to be leveling up his spiritual pressure, and then I'm going to level up his attack, so he's going to be dealing massive amounts of damage. But like I showed in the meme that I made, is like, if you don't pull a dupe, that character is already going to be crazy powerful. And like one character that just has like one level 10 attack slot or spiritual pressure slot is probably going to dominate PvP in the earlier stages. And then as you go up the ranks, you're probably going to be facing actual people that leveled up their PvP characters instead. So I'm a little frustrated because PvP is going to be even less. And like it's even less incentive for me to actually care about PvP. The thing I love about PvP or loved about PvP was I could bring in one character that dominates in a sense, and then I can bring in a bunch of other characters and just have like a crazy weird melding pot of just random like PvP videos. And that's how I have found my fun in the game when there was like nothing else to do. I don't know how grindy this new feature is going to be. I don't know if they're going to want us just to continuously like farm epic raids. Epic raids is really fun, but after you do it like 30 to 40 times when it's all muscle memory, like dude, there were times when I was watching Netflix and like watching anime and reading subtitles while farming epic raids, and like when I do that, I'm just kind of like, okay, like I'm like, it sucks because now I have to manual this instead of just autoing it. And manual, don't get me wrong, I love actually playing the character to an extent, but when I'm doing like 40 to 50 like runs of the same old with the same character, because there's no one other character that you could possibly reuse for the most part, like what I would like to see is them just up the bonuses on epic raids. I would like to see them up the rates on these banners. I don't care if they just throw in the premium pool as like an extra % chance. I think that'd be perfect. Like I honestly can't complain about that. The reason that I see a lot of people saying it's like, oh, if 6% is going to be the standard, why are they still calling it double chance? And the reason for that is that we're probably still going to get individual banners, and we're probably still going to get filler banners like power attribute summons, this and that. So am I for this? I'm for it and against it. I'm all for a dupe system that actually gives you a reason to be hyped about pulling a dupe. Like there's so many times in Dokkan that I'm just like, I'll pull a duplicate. Like for example, perfect example, LR Gohan. I spent 1,200 stones. After 1,000 stones, I pulled Tech Trunks, my first Tech Trunks, and then after that, I pulled another Tech Trunks, and I'm like, damn it, dude. Now he's mad strong, but I still don't have LR Gohan. And then I continuously summoned, did another like 4, 5, 8 multis, and I still don't have LR Gohan, but now my freaking Tech Trunks has 2 dupes in him, and he's like all-star level, right? So my concerns are more that I'm scared that I won't be able to level up more than like 1 to 2 characters at any given time. I would prefer to be able to just grind out, max out at least 1 character at least once a month. I don't know if they're going to do it over like 2-3 months to actually max out a character, because I mean, that's a lot. I'm sure it'll be a grind, but like just like any grind, I think the thing that frustrates me the most is the lack of penalty that they give to modders. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be that difficult to see who's killing Inherit. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be that difficult for you to see who's beating the epic raid boss in less than 10 seconds. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. But, I mean, that's just me. I guess I will leave the question off to you. What do you guys think about this this dupe system? I don't think that it's pay to win. I don't think it's free to play. I don't think it's free to play friendly. I don't think it's pay to play friendly. I think it's grind to play friendly. Like, those that grind this game, those that put the time and the effort into this game, are definitely going to be at a huge advantage. But at the same time, like, the thing that really resonated with me is PvP has always been crap. Like, they need to revamp that system 100%. That being said, when it comes to PvE, I would much rather have an OP character by my side than a garbage character by my side. Like, who would you much rather see? A max duped, completely like lit 10 Mugetsu with like all the trimmings? Or would you like to see that Bankai Ichigo without his soul tree maxed out, not even readying up for your lobby, and then not properly loading into your game, and then autoing and dying on Inheritance Zone, right? So, like, there's that, and, I mean, I guess that's all there is to really say. I'm sorry that this video is so long. This is a hugely long video. There's a lot of information, and, I mean, I guess I'll leave it at that. So I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, this guys grind on, catch my pick me up, stay blessed. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Like I said, I apologize that this video is so late, and I apologize that this video is so damn long. But there's so much information. I just want to make sure that everything is out in the open. I want to make sure that there is no misinformation being spread. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Stay blessed, y'all. I wish y'all the best of luck in your summons. Oh, one last thing. What I see with this dupe system is you won't actually need to summon on every single banner. Sure, everyone likes to summon. It's BBS. We're used to summoning for new characters. That's how we play the game. That's how we've always played the game. But at this point, in my opinion, the way that I see this is summon only on banners where you actually really, really desperately want that character, unless you're a whale. Otherwise, it's probably best to just work on, like, find, like, 5 units that you really like with very good kits. 1,000 Year Blood, Toshiro, Lost Agent Soifon, Mugetsu, Hikone, Neliel. We can... I don't really like Noitora for PvE, to be honest. Yami's pretty good in PvE. I actually like Yami a lot. So, 1,000 Year Blood War, Soifon, Yamamoto, Mukan Aizen, True Bankai Ichigo, like those characters, if you have duplicates for them, yo, work on those characters, man. If you can, like, snag a dupe of those, like, those characters are going to be incredibly powerful. So, like, working on the characters that you already have dupes of, etc., like, I know a lot of people have Fullbring Ichigo. You're probably your best bet is probably working on characters that you have multiples of that have an incredible kit. As of this time, Spiritual Pressure is kind of superfluous, and adding a base 500 SP to everybody actually brings them closer together. So a character like Shinji having 692 Spiritual Pressure plus 500 gives him 1192, so he has only like he'll only be like 4 to 5% weaker in only SP, right, in the SP stat, instead of the current like 10% or 13% SP that he's missing now. So, like, this is actually going to bring the older characters closer together. Like I said, this is not changing any character's kit, so a character that's already good now is only going to be better. Those are my closing thoughts. Stay blessed, y'all. Wish y'all the best luck in your summons, and I guess I will see y'all in the next one. Peace. Damn, dude, 29 minutes. I wonder if I'm going to get a copyright claim for this one.